joined here by my co-host, Greg Porter. He was going to be our MC and auctioneer for our Council of March event and has graciously joined me now.
Yeah, super honored to be here. Well, as Rachel said, the March event couldn't happen. So here's what we need you to do. We need for you to help us expand what is going to be a virtual fundraising event. And so there's no excuse to anybody in the world to not be able to make it. We don't need a great big room when we've got this whole world to be part of. So listen, here's what we need you to do. Go to our website, www.reach907ak.org, and sign up. And there's two different ways. The coolest way is number one, where you join a host location. It's going to cost you $25, but Big J's Barbecue is the caterer, so it's going to be pretty fantastic. The second way is to just do it on your own. Go to the website, sign up, you'll be a registered participant. There's no reason not to have Big J's, cater your thing at home as well. Otherwise, you can cook and do whatever you need to do. But we need you, and we need you to put it out on your own social media, right?
Yes. First of all, Big J's Barbecue is amazing. You're going to love it. If you haven't had it, I encourage you to try it. We also encourage you to find us on Facebook, Reach 907, like our page, and share our video and our mission to serve vulnerable kids in our community.
I like camp because I like people to pray, not just the same old person. I love the water trampoline. It's a blast. I wish we had more swim time. I love the counselors. They're amazing and I know they love me. I wish camp could be longer. I love all my friends from camp and hope they come back next year. The grandmas and grandpas are awesome, but I think we need more grandmas. I love Royal Family Kids Camp. It is the best camp ever. Thanks to all the leaders, especially to Cabin S3.
Dear God, please listen to my prayer. Please watch over this earth and this camp and these children and me. Watch over the parents and the grandpas and grandmas and uncles and brothers and sisters and many more. Please help us make the right choices and help us get through our troubles and our doubts. We thank you for this earth and the animals and humans, the food and the water, and many other things. Thank you for my soul as well as others. Bless anyone who needs our help, who's feeling really, really down, and remind them that they are never, ever alone or hopeless. Everyone is worth something more than gold, and help them all, including myself, remember that. In the Father's name and the Holy Spirit, amen.
We found two boys in an We found two boys in an abandoned home.
Her mom used to lock her in the bedroom.
She was in the car when her mom got arrested.
Vast majority are in absolute poverty, and so they have not had the proper nutrition.
You know, he kind of like grabbed her by her neck and threw her down.
He had a boot print shaped bruise on his stomach.
One of the hardest things to see is the impact of alcohol. And if you have a parent, they're turning to drugs, that just leaves the kid more vulnerable to massive neglect. The kid will self-cope. Many of those children literally addicted to a video game.
I'm gonna hit you, and this is your fault because you made me do it. Like, that's not the way a kid talks. That's something he learned from watching parents in his life.
You're getting cursed at. The self-esteem, is just shot. They don't believe they're worth anything. They don't feel like they have any value. And that's where we want to come in and say, your past does not have to define your future.
A lot of these kids struggle with knowing what a safe adult looks like. Reach 907 gives them an opportunity to experience that.
If a child is hurt through relationship, they have to have healing through relationship.
Grandpas are awesome. I like camp because I like people to pray, not just the same old person. I love the water trampoline. It's a blast. I wish we had more swim time. I love the counselors. They're amazing and I know they love me. I wish camp could be longer. I love all my friends from camp and hope they come back next year. The grandmas and grandpas are awesome, but I think we need more grandmas. I love Royal Family Kids Camp. It is the best camp ever. Thanks to all the leaders, especially to Cabin S3.
Dear God, please listen to my prayer. Please watch over this earth and this camp and these children and me. Watch over the parents and the grandpas and grandmas and uncles and brothers and sisters and many more. Please help us make the right choices and help us get through our troubles and our doubts. We thank you for this earth and the animals and humans, the food and the water, and many other things. Thank you for my soul as well as others. Bless anyone who needs our help, who's feeling really, really down, and remind them that they are never, ever alone or hopeless. Everyone is worth something more than gold, and help them all, including myself, remember that. In the Father's name and the Holy Spirit, amen.
Hi everyone, this is Rachel Olson, Director of Reach 907. I'm so excited to be here with Noah. You're gonna have to tell me how to pronounce your last name.
Hedegaard.
Noah Hedegaard. So Noah came up this summer, part of a YWAM team. Noah, can you tell us a little bit about where you're from and when did you come up here?
So I'm originally from Denmark. I've been in the United States for 9 years now, and I came here with my family, who my parents are missionaries, and we decided to move to a part of Orlando which was well known for the bad instead of the good. And we decided to sell everything we owned in Denmark and move down to Orlando and help the homeless and the prostitutes and the people that needed help and people that was hopeless and had no hope. So we call ourselves hope dealers, and yeah, we just share the gospel and we feed 7 days a week and just reaching out into the community.
I love that. And so God put it on a team in Orlando, put it on their hearts to come and join us this summer in Alaska and bring some of that hope. And they worked so hard for us. I just was blown away by the effort they poured into our community and into our project for children in foster care. Can you tell us a little bit about what you guys did?
It was such a blessing being with Reach 907 in Alaska, and it's something I always look back on, but being there and seeing, it was very encouraging to see the amount of love, you know, the abundance of love there was reaching out to those kids that nobody else reached out to, and just showing the love of God and being able to be there and support that, developing the piece of land that they're working on, and even getting to spend time with the kids was just, it was such a eye-opener for me, and God put it on my heart, you know, if I ever go back to Alaska, which I'm sure I will, it was just so encouraging to see that the heart there was for these kids, because there's such a crisis in Alaska, which Rachel explained to us, and seeing the work that's getting put in there and the vision is so much more, and it goes so beyond that what we saw there. But being there, we felt part of that vision, and it was an absolute honor just supporting that vision and getting to spend time with those kids and hearing the stories of how those kids had just been transformed by love, and just seeing the heart that the organization and Rachel had, and the people there that poured into those kids, provide mentorship, provide just unconditional love. It was just very encouraging for me to see, and it inspired me a lot to even reach out to young people here in my community.
Well, no, it was very mutually inspiring. We were so touched that a group of young people would come, volunteer, and just pour out and give. And you guys did every day, all day, many times for us. Can you share a little bit about what are some of the tangible things you did on that property for us?
So we came with a team. I think we're a total team of 8. We came with a Reach 907. We were staying at this piece of property which they're making into a summer camp for the kids, where kids can come and they can come and relax and kind of get away from the weights of the world and of the homes that they're in or the past they've been in. And we came and we started cutting down trees, a lot of work with chainsaws, a lot of fun. I've never been on a chainsaw, but I can confidently tell you after being there and working there, I now feel very comfortable with a chainsaw. But we did a lot of woods, did a lot of moving, and just a lot of tree work, putting it into the, what do you call those machines? The wood chipper.
Yep.
A lot of throwing sticks into the wood chipper, and it was amazing to see the before and after of how much we got done in that short time. And then even having the next team come up and they finished what we didn't finish.
Yep.
So
truly was amazing and so encouraging for us. So what would you tell someone who is thinking of coming and supporting the work that's going on here?
I would definitely say anybody that has thought about going to help Reach 907, or maybe you don't even know what Reach 907 is, I would highly encourage you to get involved with this organization, whether that's financially or whether that's through labor. Those kids need somebody that will step out and will help them help others, and you can do that through, you know, helping them with a physical labor or writing a check, and but definitely something you should get invested in, and something where it goes beyond yourself. It goes way deeper, and definitely take the time and take the time and take the effort to go help Reach 907, because they're making such a big impact in so many kids' lives. And when you shape kids like that, when they get transformed, they transform the world, and they have so much untouched potential which Reach 907 just draws out of them and helps develop and being there for them. So get involved, get to know Reach 907, get invested in their vision, see who they are, because definitely something you would want to be involved in.
Thank you, Noah, so much. Now we just need to talk about when you're coming back up here.
Oh, I definitely want to come back sometime. Maybe not in the winter, it's a little too cold for me there. But sometime in the future, maybe when I have wife or my own kids, I would love to take my kids up there for summer and just be there, so my kids, they can understand, or my wife, we can just be part of something bigger and just see, kids are the future of this country and the world around us,
Absolutely.
So I'll definitely be there sometime in the future.
You are always welcome. Winter, summer, fall, spring, we are happy to have you. You are a huge blessing to us. Thank you, Noah.
You've been a very big blessing to me being there. We paid to go to the school and be at YWAM, but I wouldn't trade that for a moment. We were supposed to go to Japan, but I would much rather have been with you guys, that's for sure, because I saw you guys' heart and I knew it was needed.
Thank you. Appreciate that. God knows our steps. He knows where we need to be at the right time.
Oh boy, welcome. So we've been leading up to this for a long time. Welcome to the virtual dinner for Reach 907. We actually had a dinner that was anything but virtual. It was pretty wonderful. My name is Greg Porter, and I am here with the amazing Rachel Olson. So I hope you're paying attention, because all night long we're going to, through the program, we're going to ask you to pay attention. Here's why. A couple of ground rules just to start right off. We have a lot of ground to cover. We have an awful lot of things to do, and we don't have a lot of time to do it in. So it may seem as if Rachel and I have been drinking coffee all night, which maybe we have, but not to that effect. Folks, we're going to say some things that you kind of need to catch the first time. We're going to try to do, and go ahead and text to the number if you've got questions or things, but for the most part, make sure that phone number is in there, 833-545-0348. Get that number ready to text. Folks, so I'm just going to start right in with, again, a couple of ground rules. If you tried to sign up with the QR code that you saw in our video, our technology team is by far the best out there, and they found out that it didn't work. So what we want you to do is text $1 ROCK just to the phone number that we gave, and it'll register you. So if you're trying to use the QR code, just let it go. It's not going to work.
And so first of all, hi everyone.
Rachel.
It is so good to see you. We're excited to be here tonight. There has been a lot that's led up to it. But going back to that $1 rock comment he made, That will enter you into a drawing for a $50 Thrifters Rock certificate that they have donated for tonight to help us kick off tonight's event. So pre-register by entering that 833-545-0348 number and put in $1 rock. And that will get you all set up for the whole rest of this evening. That is gonna go pretty fast.
It's gonna go very quickly. Now you said $50, it's a $50
gift card.
Okay, I'm going to add some zeros to that $50, folks, is that our goal tonight, it's a lofty goal, but it's $50,000. And folks, we can absolutely do it. So we got some good news just a few minutes ago that we actually have all of the money that we need to fund Reach 907. But there's always a task with good news, and the task is the money is still in your pockets. And so think of it just as an address change. We want you to change the address. The money is in your pocket. Change it to Reach 907. It's all God's money anyway. Hey, when you text in, we want to know where you're texting from. We would love to have the person from, I don't know, that texts in the furthest away will mention your name and comment where it is that you're watching from. We would love to know that. I'm hoping someone from Helsinki or something like that comes in.
So you know, we have 2 round-trip vouchers for Alaska Airlines tonight. So be thinking what you want to donate towards for that drawing that will be later this evening.
It'll be the last drawing we do, as a matter of fact. Now, the reason that Rachel is telling you about it right now, because I'm about to tell you about another drawing, is that you can text that number. You can text $400 AK Air. So $400 AK Air all throughout the program, and you will be entered in for that. Folks, it's a suggested donation, okay? If you want to give more, boy, you absolutely can. And we saw that with the quilt earlier, didn't we? We are very, very impressed, by the way. Thank you very much. We want to make very little of our names, very much of his, in the face of some pretty amazing kids. So, folks, we have a lot of opportunities. We have some matching donations coming up. Some very, very kind people came up with a big amount of money and said, if you can match this, we'll give you ours. And I know for a fact that we can do it. I'm going to hit the text number one more time, and then I'm going to show you something really cool. 833-545-0348. That is the number. Text $1 rock, or just text us where you're from. They can text anything to that number, right? As far as we know. Sure. Are we ready? Okay, here we go. There's a lot to do. So take a look at this thing, folks. This is from Basher Blast. And it is just an amazing nativity scene made of wood. I don't know if you can really see it. It doesn't quite do it justice on the screen. It's 3D, and it's pretty amazing. It is the nativity scene. I thought it was ZZ Top at a Farm Aid concert, but no, it's actually, those are the 3 wise men, not the Reverend. Anyway, it's just phenomenal, and it's incredible. And you can get this by texting $20 baby to our number, 833-545-0348. Text $20 baby. I see it says 25. Text 25. You can text more, right? I mean, you can text any amount that you want for your tax-deductible donation. So that is a suggested donation, folks, that we would love to see. I think we're going to announce the winner of this one soon.
Yes,
right.
Very soon. But now we want to show you a video. Before we show this video, I want to thank Stage 2 Studios for their amazing work producing some of our videos you're going to see tonight. When we went out to go film this video, we went out to a place where we had found 2 abandoned boys. And I believe that many people don't realize what are some of the things that go on in our community that we just don't have any idea about. And when we went out to film this part of the video where we found these 2 abandoned boys living, we had neighbor after neighbor come up to us, and the first one had a gun in his hand and said, "Why are you here? You need to leave." And then we explained, "We're here filming." But he thought we were there for drugs. We had no idea that where we found these boys was a hotbed for drugs and drug dealers. And a second neighbor came up to us wanting to know what we were doing. And they said, "I've lost count of how many heroin needles we have picked up in this area."
And then a third neighbor came up to us and she refused to leave. And she said, I have the police on the phone. They're on their way. You need to leave right now. We couldn't believe it. Of course, we decided we'd better just pack up our stuff and go soon after that. Didn't want to cause any more issues than we were unknowingly causing. But that really spoke to my heart and made me realize, you know, not only do we find these boys in a very challenging situation already, but we were in the middle, they have been exposed. They were in the middle of a very sad situation that we don't want any child to be in. And this isn't just our community. This happens in communities all over. And that's why we're here tonight, is to strengthen our vulnerable youth, strengthen our vulnerable families, so they're not exposed to drugs, hopefully not even using drugs at all. So with that said, I want to thank John Kahn for the video that you're about to see. We found 2 boys in an abandoned home.
Her mom used to lock her in the bedroom.
She was in the car when her mom got arrested.
Vast majority are in absolute poverty, and so they have not had the proper nutrition.
You know, he kind of like grabbed her by her neck and threw her down.
He had a boot print shaped bruise on his stomach.
One of the hardest things to see is the impact of alcohol. And if you have a parent, they're turning to drugs, that just leaves the kid more vulnerable to massive neglect. The kid will self-cope. Many of those children literally addicted to a video game.
I'm gonna hit you, and this is your fault because you made me do it. Like, that's not the way a kid talks. That's something he learned from watching parents in his life.
You're getting cursed at. The self-esteem, is just shot. They don't believe they're worth anything. They don't feel like they have any value. And that's where we want to come in and say, your past does not have to define your future.
A lot of these kids struggle with knowing what a safe adult looks like. Reach 907 gives them an opportunity to experience that.
If a child is hurt through relationship, they have to have healing through relationship.
Reach 907 is really an extension of God's hands and God's feet. We're called to love kids. We're called to be a physical representation of His love for them.
On my knees, looking in his eyes, and I tell him, I care about you. Your voice matters. I will listen to you.
I love that video. I know it's short, and that whole video, and I've seen it a number of times, in the middle of that video is the face of one small boy who is smiling. And when you see a child's face smile like that, you know exactly what's going on in their heart, because they don't hide anything. There's only 2 things in the world that tell the absolute truth, and that's the face of a child and yoga pants. Okay, take a look at this. We're about to draw for the winner of the nativity, and then we're going to show you the very next thing. So I'd really like to thank you for texting in for this. And are we digging? While I was talking so much, I didn't know what you were doing.
Drum roll.
Okay, I thought I was still hearing the drum roll. Yay, it was like a solo. And the winner is
Charity Masty. One of my favorite people in the whole world. I'm so glad you won this.
You are going to love this, and it's got a little bear on the back. So wonderful. Don't forget about sharing this entire event right now. It's not too late to share the event, by the way. Call your friends. Pool your resources. I have another we have another thing to show you. is what we're gonna.
Well, first of all, Charity, our winner, she's our fabulous cake lady. She makes dozens of cakes for the kids every summer. And I just thank her. Kudos. Thank you, Charity.
Yay. Thank you so much.
So 2 more drawings coming up.
We do. We actually have a lot of them coming up. And if you've been watching the videos, feel free, make sure that you're pre-registered. Don't use the QR code. Just register the way we told you, the $1 rock. And life is good. Remember, folks, that they are one of the biggest things I can tell you is when you text, our technology does it. We're not going to send you a text back. We got it. You text it, we got it, and it's completely safe. You will get a response in the email, absolutely, but you won't get a text back saying that we got it. If you're sitting there waiting for those 3 little dots to go, not going to happen. And you should be paying attention to us anyway, I think. So.
Check your email later.
Oh my gosh, a lot of fun. So
I believe our assistant is going to show us the 2 drawings that are coming up next.
Right, we've got a wonderful map and art, another Basher Blast map, and you can tell that we have absolutely choreographed this down to a T. It's on your left. Here we go.
Here we are.
Take a look at this. It's a map of Alaska, and you can find your own for an extra $100. We'll put your house, right? It's like a Google map, only in 3D relief. Also made by Basher Blast, and it's phenomenal. It's made of Alaskan wood.
The value of this is around $300 to $400, but you can enter the drawing for just $100 and win this at a much reduced rate than it actually is worth. This is an amazing piece with all the names of the boroughs and cities and communities around Alaska.
Right. So we want you to text your suggested donation. We want you to text $100 we want it to say $100 map. And so text that to our number, 833-545-0348, and you will be in the drawing for this, and we're going to announce that in just a little bit. Notice how I said we were going to come on so fast. Okay, check out this next thing. It's my favorite one. And by the way, you're going to bid against me, and that's not easy to do. Why? Because my wife is rich. Okay. She's an accountant. She has all of her money and all of mine. Take a look at this thing. You can see right through it.
It's backwards.
It's backwards, but that's 7 years of college. Okay. So take a look at this. Not only does it say welcome, but it's got an airplane. It's made of steel. Steel, of course, is a ferrous metal that you can put magnets on it. We didn't practice this, but that's all right. I'll just look through the flora and the fauna over here.
I think it could be like a cheese grater.
Right. So it's a cheese grater for a very large wheel of cheese.
Actually, this is an amazing, heavy-duty, well-made, quality piece of metal art by Nellie Zach. Nellie, thank you so much for donating this. I love it. I know a number of people that are not bidding, but putting in for the drawing for this piece. This is valued at $450, but you can enter the drawing by texting the code 150 ART.
That's right, 150 ART. And that's a suggested donation. Again, we're going to say that almost all the time, is because you absolutely can donate more. I mean, I saw some of the numbers for the quilt, and boy, we're not going to be able to thank you all of those names right now, but we can certainly thank you in the email. And you can enter absolutely as many times as you want. So if your friend just got up to get popcorn and left their phone, grab their phone, text that to the number. They're already registered. So we've got some pretty great stuff coming up. And again, we're going to talk a whole bunch about our sponsors tonight, and you know who you are right now. We have to get moving to a next segment.
And we're so excited to announce, you see it on the screen there, that we are already at $10,400. That is amazing. Everybody in the room, y'all don't see all this amazing backdrop here with all the sound and tech, but they're all cheering.
Yeah, we look like we're just sitting in your living room, but what we're seeing is just a wall of absolute technology. I know it buffers every once in a while, but that was just in the intro. Anyway.
We want you to know that the Reach 907 vision is that all children in Alaska know that they are cared for and loved. And we also want you to know that how we want to accomplish this great vision is that, and there it is on the screen. How we want to accomplish this is by strengthening, restoring, and empowering our at-risk youth and families. So restore, empower, and strengthen our at-risk youth and families. That is our heartbeat. That is what we're going after, and we hope that you engage and join us in this journey.
While Rachel and I were sitting here, she pulled out her phone and she showed me something pretty amazing that was donated by the Rasmussen Foundation.
Yes, we want to thank our sponsors who underwrote this event tonight. Alaska Community Foundation gave us a grant to help underwrite this virtual event and all the technology that has to go on to make it happen. And the Thank you so much to our sponsors. We very much appreciate them. Alaska Community Foundation, Matsu Health Foundation, Arctic Chiropractic, MTA Foundation, and the Gathering Place Real Estate. Thank you so much. And to add to those sponsors, recently the Rasmussen Foundation gave us a grant for a 15-passenger van. We needed to go and get the kids and the teens because some of them are in extreme poverty and they don't have any transportation. They don't have any way to get to us. So we were granted enough funds to purchase a 15-passenger van to go out to Big Lake and Sutton and Eagle River. We've even picked up kids in Anchorage and brought them to program with us where we could care for them, strengthen them, do life skills with them. And so we just want to thank Rasmussen Foundation, and Oliver has become our official volunteer chauffeur for the van, and we're going to show you a video of Oliver right now.
So Oliver, why do you help with Reach 907?
I would have to answer your question with a question. Did you watch much Disney growing up?
Yes.
Well, my favorite, and when I say favorite, I mean I must have watched this at least 100 times in the span of 6 to 8 years when I was growing up. But I was enamored with Mary Poppins, and it was for a simple reason. Yes, the music is wonderful. Yes, all of the cast is extraordinarily talented. And yes, it's one of the greatest triumphs that Disney ever made. But I was so enthralled by the performance that Dick Van Dyke gave in that film. His character really resonated with me. The character of Bert, he's not only a friend to the children, he's not only a companion, he's not only a big kid himself, but he's a perfect metaphor for what an adult can be when he's faced with the task of helping children to not only express themselves and to grow as individuals, but to help them see that growing up doesn't necessarily mean growing dull. So I guess I always just try to emulate that sort of character as I've gotten older. And when you involve yourself in a program like Reach 907, it's a perfect opportunity for someone like me. I've always been told I'm pretty much just a big kid myself, and I can't really argue with that assertion. So when I'm faced with helping a group of kids, or not necessarily just helping them, but being there for them, helping them to find themselves a safe space where they can express themselves and to grow into their own skin in an environment that is safe for their development, I'd say that it's never been a question as to whether or not I wanted to stay involved, because as much as the kids derive good from this program, I guarantee you that the adults who find themselves involved with it, they benefit as much, if not more, than the kids do. Because one of the beautiful things about volunteerism is that, as wonderful as it is to impart some sort of wisdom or to assist another human being, to give yourself the opportunity to give part of yourself and to be there in a way that society doesn't always allow for these days. To be in a relationship like that with not only the children, not only the other volunteers, but with yourself, I'd say it's one of the healthiest choices that anyone can make.
You think I'll work.
Thank you so much, Oliver. We appreciate everything you do to go get the kids and bring them to us. Such a cute movie. I just love it.
It was pretty doggone great. And what an awesome van. Holy smokes. I wish I had one. Anyway, so I may not have the whole world in my hands, but I do have Alaska. And if you're like me and you were born in Alaska, it might as well be the whole world. So I'm very proud to announce the winner of Oh, lucky guy, Moses Hale. Yay, Moses Hale.
Yay, Moses.
You're gonna love this. It's got a thing on the back where you can hang it, and
it's gonna look amazing in your Alaska Naughty Pine bread and breakfast.
It is, and you can tell people when they say, wow, look at that map of Alaska. You can say, do you know what that is? That's happiness for a number of kids that wouldn't have seen that. That's kids being in a great place that wouldn't normally have seen it. All right, now for the heaviest, I think this really is the heaviest prize, except the Alaska Airlines one. And I'm glad we're giving it away so we can actually put it forward like this. All right, I'll hold this if you want to do the thing. Someone's got to draw a name. You can't just hand it to me. Go ahead. Yeah. It's a lot of suspense. We're all about the suspense here. Valerie Walker, congratulations. Valerie Walker, you have the coolest sign. And that, of course, means that I didn't win it, but I'm going to show, of course, the pictures that I took of it to my son-in-law and say, doggone it, buddy. All right, next time. And Nellie Zach would make me one, right? If I went to Nellie Zach, she'd probably make one.
I can tell you who she is. Congratulations, Valerie. That's going to be a lovely piece in your home. Thank you so much for hosting as well.
So one of the things to do, sorry to break in on you, but one of the things that we mentioned earlier, and now I'm going to talk about it, the real horsepower of an organization like this. We love the one-time giving. It really makes a difference. And I really believe we're going to hit our goal. I think we're going to hit that 50,000. We're going to show you in a few minutes a couple of ways that you can absolutely multiply your giving. If you've just got a bit or you want to call your friends and pool things, we have a number of folks, of course, that may be able to match that. And when we talk about it, it's going to be very exciting. But right now I want to talk just briefly about monthly giving. Folks, one of our big goals this year is to get 50 new monthly donors. Just 50. If you look at how many people are watching, I mean, I tried to look on the computer screen and see how many folks were giving. It's an awful lot. We just need 50 more donors. And so right now I want to ask you, if you can give at the $25 a month level, we're just looking for 15 new donors. We're going to do 50 over the night. I'm going to mention some different amounts. But $25 a month, I spend more than that at Taco Bell. And Taco Bell cut their menu in half. It's not even as good anymore, but they're not one of our sponsors, so I said it. So reach907ak.org
is where you can go if you want to give a reoccurring monthly donation. Go to our website, www.reach907ak.org, and register to be a monthly supporter for our mission.
So please prayerfully consider that. $25 a month, commit for a year. That way it's something that we can really plan on. That's the money that we know for a fact is coming in, and it allows Reach 907 to literally reach into the future and say, well, what can we do next year? What do we think is really going to work? And a plan to expand and touch more lives, because there's far more need out there than our available reach, isn't there? There absolutely is.
Well, there's over 400 children in foster care in the valley alone, so there's plenty of need, plenty to reach out to. So we recently started a teen program. We have worked with the littles, ages 6 through 11, for the past 5 to 6 years. And a year and a half ago, we realized our kids are growing up. They're starting to get older, preteens and teens, and so we need to reach them as well. We want to stay connected, stay in relationship with them. So we started a teen program. We love it. We love our teens, and our teen program leaders are Josh and Katrina Womack, and you're going to hear from them right now about this program.
Hi, Josh and Katrina. It's nice to see you.
So nice to see you.
What's up?
So, it is such a blessing to have the two of you literally taking on the teen program and just running with it. And I love it and appreciate it so much. And our teens are being blessed because of it.
Oh, thank you.
We try. It's actually when everything is working for us, it's actually a pretty easy thing to do. You know, these kids come in and they just want attention and guidance, and we're happy to give them both.
So COVID hit in March, things got shut down. We had to revamp and rethink things. What did we decide to do?
Well, we decided to do day excursions. Some of them were able to be expanded on to a couple of days here and there, but for the most part, we were able to throw together just experiences for these kids that they might not otherwise get a chance to experience anytime real soon. I'd like to think that someday these kids are in a position where they can do this themselves in the future and maybe do this for other people to help out. But I also like the idea that these might be things that they wouldn't otherwise get a chance to do, so we're letting them have the opportunity to experience that. So that's just how we've been tackling it, you know, just 1 month at a time instead of a week-long club or a weekend camp. You know, we were able to stay in touch with them every month through the summer and into the fall, and just kind of roll it into the mentoring season, so they got some sort of human interaction outside of their immediate household through the pandemic.
I think the biggest impact that COVID did was we were getting ready to do our big sledding day, and all of a sudden it seemed like the world just shut down, and we had to make all sorts of phone calls to just cancel everything. And these kids often have so much disappointment in their lives that having things that were planned just all of a sudden being taken away from them put them in such a fragile state. So one thing we did as an organization, and what took up my living room for what seemed to be about 2 weeks, was making care packages for these families. So our first round of care packages that we did with COVID was just with our families in our program. And then the community heard the impact of that. We made backpacks, we put snacks in there, different activities, because everyone was stuck at home and they didn't know what to do. So we gave them things to bring joy to their life when we couldn't be there. There was Play-Doh, we had puzzles, there was coloring sheets, board games for every family, things to try to get them to interact with each other, maybe in different ways that they might not have done in the past. We printed out conversation starters and instructions for card games. So each backpack was kind of curated for each family, and then those went out to our initial families, and then we received grant funding from United Way that allowed us to expand on that. And we were able to contact OCS, and they gave us a list of people who they thought were in need. And some of these homes that we went to, that we delivered backpacks with formula in it for infants that they couldn't find formula on the shelves. We delivered toilet paper to houses where there was homes of 6 or 8 people that were on their last roll. That was the thing they asked for. And Josh and I drove around and delivered these packages to the homes where these kids live, and it definitely opened our eyes even more to the situations that they're in.
You know, the reach is all about the children and the homes, and I feel like the care packages directly affected the homes in a positive way, as far as giving them an opportunity to get to know each other better, or interact with each other in a way that would strengthen their bonds in their homes, you know, with foster parents or future adoptive parents, or just people that are struggling to regain those bonds after going through the foster care system. So that was good.
It was great. Is there anything else you would like to share that you missed? And what would you say to someone thinking of volunteering?
We are definitely always looking for people to help with our program. I would definitely just share with people the mission. And if you can't give financially, there's definitely other ways you can give. You could definitely give through prayer. You can give through your time. We could definitely use more hands on deck and people who want to love children in our community and show them the power of the Lord.
When you're a kid going through these tough times, you can really feel lost and alone. And making a connection with a kid going through these hard times, oh, I'm done.
He's starting to cry.
I'm good. Give me a minute.
Okay. Are we gonna have a blooper reel?
Making a connection with one of these kids to help them through a tough time is such an awesome feeling. And you see it at the clubs, and you can see it in mentoring, where it takes some time to break through this wall, but when you finally break through that wall and you see that they just want to belong and feel accepted, and it's an easy thing to do for us to impact our community in a positive way.
Yes. Amen. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Katrina.
Thank you so much, Katrina and Josh. That was beautiful. We love your hearts. We're so thankful you're part of our team. I love and appreciate you guys. Right now, we have an opportunity for a $2,500 matching donation. Would you enter into your phone right now an amount that God puts on your heart to help us reach this $2,500 matching donation? Or if you would like, you could go ahead and enter the drawing for the Alaska Airline vouchers. And that will go towards our matching grant opportunity we have now. This is a suggested donation of $400 AK Air.
So what an awesome way to double your giving. If you say, boy, I'd really like, I wish I could give more. Well, here's your opportunity, because somebody has stepped forward with $2,500 and says, if you can get the general donations, and then it's also extended to, you might get something for it. The really, really cool Alaska Airline round trip ticket to anywhere that they fly. So either text $400 AK Air to 833-545-0348, or just give a general donation. And we're going to look at that from this time forward, and we're going to see that. And if we can match $2,500 in either of those two ways, that donor is going to double your donation. That's pretty amazing, up to $2,500. So that's $5,000. Holy smokes, is that wonderful? Okay.
And now,
dun, dun, dun.
2 more drawings.
Okay, so take a look at this. I don't know if you've ever been to the Sea Life Center, but it is just phenomenal. And the Sea Life Center is very, very important to Alaska. You know, people from all over the world go to the Sea Life Center. We were going to have a sea otter here, but he accidentally ran out the back door, and no idea. They're just as at home in the snow as they are in the water. I just made that up. It's totally not true. Anyway, but the Sea Life Center, pretty doggone amazing. We want for you to text $100 SEA, S-E-A, to our number, 833-545-0348. Now, there's another one as well. We're not just going to do the Sea Life Center right now. Where I also want to introduce you to the whale watching with Major Marine Tours. Now, go ahead.
It is a 2-night stay as well. So it's not just a whale watching tour. It's their Spring Fever package for 2021 season, and it includes a 2-night stay for 2 people.
Absolutely. And folks, here's how I want you to think about it. If you say, well, I don't really want to watch whales, remember, your money goes, it's for the children. But all kidding aside, it really is for the children. Now, here's the deal. Next summer, you know what's going to happen, because we're going to be in a new era. Your in-laws are going to want to travel. They're not going to want to go abroad. They're going to come to Alaska. This is your way to get your in-laws out of the house for 2 full days of whale watching. Absolutely. I'm just the idea guy. I just want to throw some stuff out. So if you're going to have guests, you want them out for a couple of days next summer, this is your chance. How much would you pay? So think about that and text 250 whale to 833-545-0348.
And I believe we have a couple amazing videos to show you on these two drawings. Oh, but it's not right away. We're gonna show you a video first of one of my favorite volunteers.
Yeah. I was gonna make an ocean reference, but I blew it. Anyway, go ahead.
We're gonna show you those videos in just a moment. The video you're about to watch is a young man named Noah Hedegaard. I finally learned how to say his last name. But he is with YWAM Orlando, and they came up this summer and knocked out so much for us. We're working on a property on Wasilla Lake, and we're clearing it and making way to have program with dozens of children next summer and volunteers that will total 80 to 100 people, and that's normally what we normally have. And so we want a local space where we can work with the children on an ongoing basis. And they came up, 2 teams came up from YWAM and helped us clear out almost an acre of wooded land right on Wasilla Lake. And you're gonna hear from him about that project right now.
Hi everyone, this is Rachel Olson, Director of Reach 907. I'm so excited to be here with Noah. You're gonna have to tell me how to pronounce your last name.
Hedegaard.
Noah Hedegaard. So Noah came up this summer, part of a YWAM team. Noah, can you tell us a little bit about where you're from and when did you come up here?
So I'm originally from Denmark. I've been in the United States for 9 years now, and I came here with my family, who my parents are missionaries, and we decided to move to a part of Orlando which was well known for the bad instead of the good. And we decided to sell everything we owned in Denmark and move down to Orlando and help the homeless and the prostitutes and the people that needed help and people that was hopeless and had no hope. So we call ourselves hope dealers, and yeah, we just share the gospel and we feed 7 days a week and just reaching out into the community.
I love that. And so God put it on a team in Orlando, put it on their hearts to come and join us this summer in Alaska and bring some of that hope. And they worked so hard for us. I just was blown away by the effort they poured into our community and into our project for children in foster care. Can you tell us a little bit about what you guys did?
It was such a blessing being with Reach 907 in Alaska, and it's something I always look back on, but being there and seeing, it was very encouraging to see the amount of love, you know, the abundance of love there was reaching out to those kids that nobody else reached out to, and just showing the love of God and being able to be there and support that, developing the piece of land that they're working on, and even getting to spend time with the kids was just, it was such a eye-opener for me, and God put it on my heart, you know, if I ever go back to Alaska, which I'm sure I will, it was just so encouraging to see that the heart there was for these kids, because there's such a crisis in Alaska, which Rachel explained to us, and seeing the work that's getting put in there and the vision is so much more, and it goes so beyond that what we saw there. But being there, we felt part of that vision, and it was an absolute honor just supporting that vision and getting to spend time with those kids and hearing the stories of how those kids had just been transformed by love, and just seeing the heart that the organization and Rachel had, and the people there that poured into those kids, provide mentorship, provide just unconditional love. It was just very encouraging for me to see, and it inspired me a lot to even reach out to young people here in my community.
Well, no, it was very mutually inspiring. We were so touched that a group of young people would come, volunteer, and just pour out and give. And you guys did every day, all day, many times for us. Can you share a little bit about what are some of the tangible things you did on that property for us?
So we came with a team. I think we were a total team of 8. We came with a Reach 907. We were staying at this piece of property which they're making into a summer camp for the kids, where kids can come and they can come and relax and kind of get away from the weights of the world and of the homes that they're in or the past they've been in. And we came and we started cutting down trees, a lot of work with chainsaws, a lot of fun. I've never been on a chainsaw, but I can confidently tell you after being there and working there, I now feel very comfortable with a chainsaw. But we did a lot of woods, did a lot of moving, and just a lot of tree work, putting it into the, what do you call those machines? The wood chipper.
Yeah.
A lot of throwing sticks into the wood chipper, and it was amazing to see the before and after of how much we got done in that short time. And then even having the next team come up and they finished what we didn't finish.
Yep.
So
Truly was amazing and so encouraging for us. So what would you tell someone who is thinking of coming and supporting the work that's going on here?
I would definitely say anybody that has thought about going to help Reach 907, or maybe you don't even know what Reach 907 is, I would highly encourage you to get involved with this organization, whether that's financially or whether that's through labor. Those kids need somebody that will step out and will help them help others, and you can do that through helping them with physical labor or writing a check, and but definitely something you should get invested in, and something where it goes beyond yourself. It goes way deeper, and yeah, definitely take the time and take the time and take the effort to go help Reach 907, because they're making such a big impact in so many kids' lives. And when you shape kids like that, when they get transformed, they transform the world, and they have so much untouched potential, which Reach 907 just draws out of them and helps develop, and being there for them. So get involved, get to know Reach 907, get invested in their vision, see who they are, because definitely something you would want to be involved in.
Thank you, Noah, so much. Now we just need to talk about when you're coming back up here.
Oh, I definitely want to come back sometime. Maybe not in the winter, it's a little too cold for me there. But sometime in the future, maybe when I have wife or my own kids, I would love to take my kids up there for summer and just be there, so my kids, they can understand, or my wife, we can just be part of something bigger and just see, kids are the future of this country and the world around us,
Absolutely.
So I'll definitely be there sometime in the future.
You are always welcome. Winter, summer, fall, spring, we are happy to have you. You are a huge blessing to us. Thank you, Noah.
You've been a very big blessing to me being there. We paid to go to the school and be at YWAM, but I wouldn't trade that for a moment. We were supposed to go to Japan, but I would much rather have been with you guys, that's for sure, because I saw you guys' heart and I knew it was needed.
Thank you. Appreciate that. God knows our steps. He knows where we need to be at the right time.
Wow, thank you, Noah. Thank you, YWAM. I always appreciated Lauren Cunningham for founding YWAM so many years ago. But when I saw those young people, their boots on the ground with us here in Wasilla, Alaska, my appreciation for Lauren and what God put on his heart to do so many years ago just went out the roof. Like, we were just blown away, like I said, by everything that they did for us. They worked so hard. I can't wait to partner with these young people more and bring them to change Wasilla, Alaska, and Palmer, and wherever else God wants us to.
Yeah, pretty unbelievable how much they're going to change the world. We may never see it, but they're going to change the world that it sends the kids out into.
They're helping us change the world here locally.
Speaking of changing the world, I think we need to announce a couple of winners.
Yes, but we have a financial update.
Oh, that's right. Do that.
So you guys helped us meet our match. We had a $2,500 match. You helped us meet that match, which brought in $5,000, which means we're now at $18,500 raised. Thank you, everyone, so much.
Yeah, and especially thank you to an anonymous donor who saw on the Facebook Live feed and messaged us and was so moved that somebody would do that. This donor came in and said, I will give $5,000 if you can get people to give another $5,000. So I guess we can extend that. There's a couple of things I want to talk to you about. You can give an anonymous donation, or you can give $400 AK Air, and you can give over just because you just because you pledge once to that AK Air. You can do it again and again and again. Help us get that other $5,000. It's a way to double your money. And there's more than that. I want to talk to you very briefly about, I tell you what, we'll do the giveaways right at the end, because we talked last time about, just in the last segment, about the engine room. If you have, and I'm not really even kidding here. If you feel that you have the spiritual gift of $50 a month, pretty important stuff, by the way. And these are the kind of things that you want to talk. You want to talk it over with your friends or your family, maybe people that aren't even here. This is a great opportunity to get people in. But $50 a month, when you think of how far that goes, it's just $600 a year. If you take this $50,000 goal that we have and you spread it over all of the people that are watching right now, it's just, it's a few dollars a piece. So think about that. Think about the numbers and the numbers of people that we're reaching right now. If we're looking for 15 new donors, remember we want, I know it's confusing, we want 50 new donors at the end of the year. We asked for 15 at the $25 level. Now, I want you to prayerfully consider if you're one of the folks that can give it the $50 level. You may already have done that, in which case, thank you in advance. We are looking for 15 more monthly donors at the $50 level. And that's not something that you have to just do now, right? You can do that in the future. You don't have to decide right now. It'd be great if you did. But we would sure, I appreciate is too small a word, isn't it? It's an absolute blessing. All right. So remember, a $5,000 matching donation is on the line. You can either give an anonymous donation toward it, or why wouldn't you put it towards the Alaska Air and put it on your Alaska Airlines credit card? Double the miles, bazinga. Okay, are you ready?
Now we have from the pre-show earlier. I got a little confused. I thought we were showing it now too. Sorry.
And the drum roll's done. Oh my gosh, are you ready? And do you remember how many people it was for?
Was that the drum roll?
It was. That's why everybody was waving their hands.
We can't hear anything here in the studio.
We can't, but Letitia Benson, you're going to hear a whole lot of really cool stuff at the Alaska Sea Life Center. Letitia Benson, thank you so much for that. We're going to need the other one.
I've also heard it say Letitia. So I don't know if it's Leticia or Letitia, but congratulations. Thank you so much for contributing tonight. We're happy you are going to be going to the Sea Life Center.
Right. I think if that were my name, I would make people pronounce it Leticia because it's so presumptuous and so quid pro quo. All right. Now we're going to talk about the major marine tours. This was the 2-day whale watching.
Spring fever package.
Spring fever package. Spring fever. The tension is as thick as the brisket that we ate from BJ's Barbecue. Okay, here we go. Boy, you are going to, this guy's name you cannot mispronounce. There is no possible way that you can mispronounce Dr. Josh Christensen. Dun, 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 dun. Yay. Thank you so much. You won big. We've got some more stuff that we're going to talk about a little bit. Oh, you want to give a shout out to BNI? Quick, I just did, but you should do another one.
Well, thank you, Dr. Josh Christensen with B Chiropractic for contributing and joining us tonight. And thank you so much. Is it Business Network?
International.
Whew. Thank you so much, Business Network International, for joining us tonight. I know there's a large group of you out there, and thank you, Heather Dunn, for hosting, and thank you to all of our hosts for hosting tonight. We really appreciate it so much, your belief in this effort, and inviting your friends and your family to engage with us.
So we got a pretty amazing video coming up. You know what? As we're getting ready for this, one of the neat things for me is that we get to see those videos. And so I know what you're in store for. This one is one of my favorite ones. I'm not going to tell you which one is my favorite one, but I think you're going to know when you see it. But it's certainly one of them.
So this video we're about to show is Jody Peck and Jennifer Basher, two amazing ladies with two of the biggest hearts you'll ever find anywhere. Jennifer Basher and her husband Vernon have adopted 4 children. 3 of them are Alaska Native children, and they are precious. We love them, and they're part of our program as well. And then Jody, they're sisters, and Jody helps take care of the kids every day, and they have been a big part of Reach 907. We could not do the large events we have without them. They're amazing event coordinators, and they're going to share their hearts with you right now.
Hi, I'm Jody Peck.
And I'm Jennifer Basher.
We're sisters and we're very involved in Reach 907. We just wanted to share with you why we love being involved in Reach 907 and a little bit about the program.
Club is, we meet once a month with these kids and we just have a fun time. The mentors, some of the kids have mentors and some of them don't. The mentors bring them if they have a mentor and they hang out with their mentor. If they don't have a mentor, they're assigned to one of the other volunteers that comes every month. And we do crafts and science experiments and play games and have lunch, and we love on them and we help fill their buckets. A lot of these kiddos come with empty emotional buckets, and we just try to fill that with love, with helping them see who they are for real, what God says about them, what He thinks about them.
What is amazing to me is being with these kids each month is we can see how their lives are changing through healthy relationships. And that's one of the big things that we go after with the kids that are in our program, in mentoring and in club, is that we connect with them and that their hearts start to heal because they are connected with people who love them and they see people who are trustworthy, and just an amazing thing when their hearts start to heal. And you see that by the smiles on their faces, you see that by how they engage in games. Sometimes kids come in and you can see the anger on them or the distrust, and to see those walls start to be broken down over time through consistent contact and relationship with these kids, it's just an amazing thing. So I love being involved in Reach 907. It first started, I think I came to camp. I visited summer camp, which is a week long with these kids, which is an amazing time. I visited as a clown and did balloons for a birthday party because we love to celebrate kids. So we do a birthday party. Some of these kids had never had a birthday party before they went to camp.
Yeah, I got to paint faces at the birthday party.
I did
It was a
balloons
ton of fun.
and-
Yes, and we were there as clowns the first couple of times we went to camp with
So
these kids.
kind of got our feet wet getting involved that way, and then actually took official positions at camp.
Well, it's all about God rescuing them and in the place that they are, and to hear them sing this song and ask for it every single time. We could not close any one of our services, and we met 2 or 3 times a day. We had to sing rescue like every time.
Oh boy, look at the numbers. Look at the numbers.
Thank you, Jody and Jennifer. And look at our numbers. We're at $20,600 raised so far. Thank you, everyone. It's exciting. Feel like we should have a drum roll over that.
But you know, we don't lead the show from here, so no. But there's just a whole lot of really great stuff coming up. Really want you to tune in with us. Okay, check this out. Here are the other things. I'm going to give you the suggested donations as well. Premier Alaska Tours has got the Premier Alaska Tours Wilderness Express train from Anchorage to Denali coach. This is another one of those. It's a trip for two?
Trip for two.
Trip for two.
It's another one you could send your relatives on.
You absolutely could. I would send my relatives on the whale watching. I would go to Denali. Unless you like whales, go the other way. All right.
Maybe we could make it a special, like, one way. You could send your relatives just one way.
That's right. If you give $1,000, we'll send them one way, and they got to find their own way back to Anchorage. Anyway, totally kidding. I said that, by the way, because I want to give a shout out to all of my friends who are right now at the Band of Brothers. Thank you guys for being there. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thanks for texting me. So for this Premier Alaska Tours Denali train extravaganza, we want you to text $300 Express to our number 833-545-0348. It is a tax-deductible donation, by the way, and that is a suggested, as we've said before, that's a suggested donation. If you want to donate more, we will absolutely, I want to say we'll take it, but the truth is we really need it. You know, just to take a second, this as much fun as it seems like to sit here and talk about money, money is the thing we like to talk about the least. What we like to talk about are the hearts of children. We like to talk about lives changed. But this is the part where luckily Rachel is brave enough to come up and talk about money. And me, I was born without the gene for shame. So I talk about money all the time. So $300 express to Premier Alaska Tours. And now get this, that's not all. There's a wonderful stay at Alaska Knotty Pine. Do you know a bunch about that?
Yes, I hope you saw the video. It's absolutely gorgeous. The lodge is amazing. It has a hot tub, it has a sauna. Highly recommend you go and check it out. Moses Hale's the one who owns it. Check him out. He's on here tonight. Say hi.
And while you're there, sign the back of the thing that Moses just won. Moses got the map. So I would expect to see that hanging there. The suggested donation for the Alaska Knotty Pine, it's a stay for 2 people?
Yes.
Stay for 2 people.
2-night stay for 2 people.
Wow.
Value of over $400, like $450 value. You can enter the drawing for 150 stay.
Right, so text 150 stay, but you can put in an amount bigger than 150 all the time. And so then when we come back, of course, we're going to talk about who won that. Very last thing from me, because we have this phenomenal video coming up, and Rachel's going to talk about it. But first, I want to talk, very last time, I'm going to talk about monthly giving, folks. And so here's the deal, $100 a month. It seems like an awful lot of money if you've got that gift to do. If you want to pool your resources, if you're sitting at Band of Brothers, look around. If you've got, college students and pastors, they've got no money. It's you. It's just you. So now you got to give. But if you can actually, all kidding aside, if you could give $100 a month, we need 15 more people. Remember, I said our goal is 50 more donors. So if you're doing the math, I've asked for 15, 15, and 15. That's only 45. Here's what we're counting on. Now, you can't outgive God, and God gives more with He can do more with 2 pennies than we can do with $2 million. We are really hoping that there's at least 5 more people out there that the Spirit has laid something on their heart, like our Facebook friend who pledged $5,000 in a matching gift. If you can do $100 a month, please prayerfully consider it. Know the time doesn't close when we're done, but the sooner you could do it, that would be pretty amazing.
Well, and just to give you an idea, if you were able to contribute $100 a month, that would cover for the entire year one of our youth in foster care having a mentor for the whole year. Wow. So about $1,000 covers mentoring for a year for one youth. So that is what you're contributing to if you can commit to $100 a month.
Wow, that is amazing. All right, I'm going to recap. You're going to talk about the video. Premier Alaska Tours, train ride, Alaska Knotty Pine, 2-night stay for 2 people. Just phenomenal stuff. $300 express for the train ride. Text that to our number, 833-545-0348, and $150 stay to Alaska Knotty Pine. Okay, enough about me. You go.
Okay, the next video you're going to watch is one of my favorites because it's one of our very own youth. You're going to hear from a young man named Dakota. He has been with us for 5 or 6 years now, and I just want to eat him up. He's just precious, and I love his heart, and I love his story's amazing. If you knew his story, I love all of our families, but some of our families have really hard stories, and his is one that involves being asked to go out and ask for money and saying it was for food when actually the caregiver would take it and use it for drugs. And he struggled very much so with guilt and shame over his actions that he had no control over. Like, he was a child, still is. He's a preteen now, and he can't control what an adult tells him to do. And so we've been able to walk that journey with him and help him have release and freedom from those feelings and forgiving his own self and knowing that God does not hold him accountable or responsible for things he was forced to do that was not his will to do at all. So you're going to hear from Dakota, and I'm excited for you to see this. Hi, I'm here with Dakota. Dakota,
family for at least 5 years, I think, maybe even 6.
So you just graduated this year.
Yes.
And moving up to
Preteen.
preteen/teen program. So you used to be in foster care.
Yes.
You used to struggle with depression.
Yes.
And I loved when you shared with me at the last day of the summer program, we were about to leave, we were on the porch, and I remember you were sharing some things, and I said, oh, can I catch that? It's so awesome. Because you said you struggle with depression, and this camp is anti-depressing.
It's like, it's more than I can handle. Like, it's better than Six Flags. And I screamed my lungs out. Like, ah! But this is even better. Like, it's the actual, it like makes my heart beat faster because it's the best. If you're not in foster care, you would love it if you were here.
So tell me, what's one thing you really enjoy about the camp program?
One thing, can I list all of them?
Sure.
Everything.
Do you have one or two favorites?
The swimming and I think chapel time.
You missed the talent show.
Yeah, I forgot that one.
I know you love that one.
Yeah, I've literally done everything I could.
So I'll explain real quick that, so we give these tags to the kids. Some kids don't know who they are, don't know their identity, and so we watch the kids during the week and we make notes of what we see. So we ask their camp counselors, camp cousins is what we call it because we're family style, to write down, did they see Dakota being creative that day? Did they see him being honest or caring or being a leader? And so every child, youth, gets a note, a handwritten card that is something affirming about them, something positive that they may have never heard about themselves before. And then to match the card, we give them one of these tags and they can wear it the whole rest of the time if they want. And then the next day, they'll get another one and then another one. So I think you end up with at least 3 during the week.
3 every week.
So right before us, we have these tags. Do you want to read what some of them say?
We got reliable. We got leader. I definitely got this one. We got caring. This is one that I think everybody should have gotten because everybody cares. We got honest. There's a lot of people with these ones I saw. And then there's creative. I got one of these too. We also got thankful and my favorite, friend of God. This was the very first one I got because I prayed at lunch.
Why is friend of God your favorite?
It just makes me feel happier. Like, he's my friend.
Do you feel like summer camp programs helped you with that?
Oh, summer camp has helped me with like lots of problems. So I was one of them quiet kind of kids. Like I wasn't really making friends a lot. But when I came to this camp, my happiness started going up and up and up. And at the very first talent show, I was like famous. Everybody loved me. And like from that day on, I wasn't afraid to hide anything. Like I was really happy. People in school were like, how is he not, why is he like that? I've never seen him like that. And then I was starting getting open to people. All the bullies that were like, you suck. I was like, no, I don't.
Come on. Come on. That's exactly what we want to instill in you, that you are valuable and capable of anything that God puts on your heart to do. Well, Dakota, we love you, we care about you, and thank you so much for sharing with me.
Love that video. And I
love that young man.
Yeah.
I love all of our young people. And there's more.
Yeah, if the stories, you know, something great about the videos that you're seeing and the stories that you're seeing, don't keep them to yourself. Tell people about them. Send them to reach907.com and get to know about this organization. But that's why stories exist, is they're meant to be shared. I mean, if you think about the stories that have shaped the world, they've all come that way. They've all come through someone's story. Okay, so I'm going to get, might as well mention that our amazing tech crew here and everything is just mentioning there might be a couple of technical difficulties going through. I heard that the interwebs may be clogged.
So think about bandwidth.
Right.
I don't understand anything about it, but recently something happened to the bandwidth, not from our side, but out in the cosmos.
Right. It's just
Stay with us. If we drop out, we're going to go probably to our phones. We'll keep it going.
Right. Bandwidth is, if you saw Bachman Turner Overdrive in the 70s, they were pretty thin. But in the 1990s, they were huge. That's a one wide band, right? Oh, that's not what we're talking about? Okay.
Rolling.
So stay with us. There are so many of you watching. It's going to get to you. I know it's just a little bit
Thank you
delayed.
for watching. Maybe that's why the bandwidth is having a problems, because there's so many watching right now.
Okay.
That's actually what the crew's telling me.
Right.
That's the problem. That's
so-
a great problem to have.
So one of our amazing assistants is coming in when, we've asked, I get to announce some of the prizes. So I see him walking this way with the bowl that contains the names of the folks for the Premier Alaska Tours.
Drum roll.
And who's going on a train ride? Boom! Choo-choo. That was hysterical. David Long, I think he's one of the people from BNI. David Long, congratulations. Absolutely amazing. And the other bowl for the other one, David Long, thank you.
Oh, drum roll, please.
Uh-oh. Or I'll do one. The winner of the Alaska Naughty Pine 2-day
Hope it's
amazing.
not truly naughty.
Right, it's not like that. It's KNOT. We don't talk about that here, but we are absolutely proud of. I'm going to mess up the last name, but that's okay. It's Caitlin McGilvray. I think she's also with the BNI group. So, Caitlin McGilvray, congratulations. Hey, you know what that is? I mean, that's two winners. Thank you, BNI, for being present. Holy smokes. I mean, I know those two were not the only donors. They're the only people sending in their donations for those. So thank you, Caitlin. Thank you, was it David? Thank you, David. BNI, thank you. Cannot thank you
And
enough.
thank you, Alaska Naughty Pine. And thank you, Alaska Tours, for the Wilderness Express.
Right. So, folks, when we talk about, I told you that last time that it was the last time that I was going to talk about monthly giving. I wasn't. I was lying. I'm going to talk about it again. So forgive me. But folks, we are looking for those last 5 people. I don't actually know. We don't actually know if we've gotten all 50. So please prayerfully consider it. Some of the results we won't know for
Probably a week after the event.
Sure. So folks, we are looking for those last 5 at any level that you can give. $25, $50, $100. If you want to give more, don't let me limit you. If the Spirit moves in you and says, this year, if you're like me and my wife, there's so much need right now and not nearly as much money around as there seemed to be. So we can pick 1 or 2 things to support. And so prayerfully consider that. Is this yours? And it probably is. So.
And just so y'all know, Greg is following his script. He's doing exactly what we asked him to do, and he's doing an amazing job. Thank you, Greg.
Oh, I'm going to applaud for myself. Thank you.
In case you're wondering why he keeps saying some of the same things over, we drilled into him.
And that's why. That's my job. I want you to know God has X-ray vision, and if you leave your table with even $1, he'll zap you dead. Okay, I made that up too. I'm sorry, but you never know. All right. Anyway.
So I'm going to take it a little serious for just a moment and let you know that Reach 907, we are a 7-year organization. I'm 36 years old. That means we have years ahead of us to sow into this community. And we're working on future steps with a consultant right now. He is a former Matsu Health Foundation board member. He is a former Alaska commissioner for the Department of Health and Human Services. His name is Bill Hogan. It has been an absolute joy to work with him. He is an absolute wealth of knowledge, and I'm learning so much, and we're working with the board to put together a strategic plan. Most of it's already in place. We're adding goals and objectives, and really plan to take Reach 907 as far as God wants it to in reaching our community. And so that is another huge reason why we ask you to join and stay with us over the next few years as we continue to grow and continue to reach out.
I'm gonna talk a little bit about Alaska Airlines right now. Folks, you know, it's a great, certainly a shout out to all of our sponsors. We've thanked our sponsors through the program. We're gonna thank them again if you wanna go to our website and see who they are. But folks, even in this day and age, if you know what I mean, Alaska Airlines stepped up right away with an absolutely amazing gift to us, which is 2 round-trip tickets to anywhere that they fly, and that's amazing. I'm pretty sure that after this season is over, we're all gonna want to go somewhere. So, folks, the suggested donation, of course, is just text $400 AK Air to our number 833-545-0348. You can give far more than $400 if you would like, and that Alaska Airlines, we're going to try to count that. If you do that now, we're going to count it in our matching. I mean, boy, what a gift that is that folks have given and have been moved to give a big sum of money if we can match it. And if that's you, feel free to text us that. So, now's your time. I'll end with that. When we come back, I'm going to announce the winner. So don't wait because all the internet is slow. You got to text it now. Text it now. Text it now. Okay, go ahead.
We have one last video tonight that we're going to show you. This video is also produced by Stage 2 Studios. We're very excited to show it to you. It is something that if you would welcome us into your business or your church, wherever you're at in this community, we'll be happy to show over and over. It's just that amazing. And we hope that it touches your hearts as it has touched ours and encourages us to continue in this mission to serve vulnerable, at-risk youth and families.
And so it begins with these words: I care about you. You are safe. You are loved. Your voice matters. You matter. You are safe. You are loved. I will listen to you. Your voice matters. You matter. It takes them a long time to actually hear these words, to be healed by them. These precious children, some who from a young age have already lived a lifetime of chaos, living in houses that weren't really homes, some even without a place to call home, with adults who didn't always know how to parent because of their own challenges. These children who bore witness to crippling addiction, substance abuse, pain, discovering life through electronic screens glow, through words and actions and abuse, they were told that they didn't matter, worthless, called every name in the book by those who should have protected them. Until the day came when they found a new life, living with a family member, grandparent, or foster family, praying, waiting until their own mom and dad could recover. Yet their own journey wasn't over. Healing takes time. Sick, struggling, unhealthy, teeth rotten from years of malnutrition. Yet for so many of these children, the wounds hardest to heal are the invisible ones. The scars of so much emotional damage creates a child distant, afraid, destructive, full of anger, depression, loneliness, rage, symptoms of a child who feels they have no voice. And the family's so often at a loss for how to connect with this heartbroken child who doesn't know how to live in a world not full of pain. Until that day, when they're introduced to incredible light, such tremendous love, real joy, real expression, real hope. A week of discovery where for the first time they get to be a real kid. They get to explore, discover, play. They dress up, celebrate, and are celebrated. Create art, do crafts, play in the lake, all while their families are supported, restored, and renewed. And they sing songs about love and hope and peace and discover God's tremendous tenderness, affection, and joy. But these broken souls, wrapped in love by adults who truly care, restoring relationship through trusting connection. And here, they are told through words, through actions, through touch and laughter and joy, that they are safe, that they are loved, that they have a voice, and that they matter. And so, after a time, the thick walls of anger and despair begin to crack. A smile appears, a laugh, a moment of real joy emerges, and they see themselves for the very first time as God sees them, whole, perfect, complete. And in that holy, special moment, a young life is restored. And it happens again and again and again. Because of the love that you have for them, you who've overcome challenges in your own life, who have found peace and hope to share with another, you who volunteer every summer, who are mentors throughout the year, you who attend trainings, who bring children into your own home, who make space for these incredible, wonderful beings, and most of all, you who reach deep, who give with abandon, whose gifts make the difference, who are truly the extension of God's love. You matter. Your voice matters. Your gift matters. And because of you, they are loved. They are known. They matter. They matter.
Wow, we want everyone to know that your voice matters. You matter. You are precious. Every single person watching right now, you matter. You are valuable. And every one of these children are. Every one of these teenagers are, and they need to know that. And that is the message we want to communicate.
Yeah, that video, if you dialed in on that, that's why we give. So I'm going to put the joking Greg aside for a moment, and I really want to ask you from your heart, help us reach those people that we're not reaching. Help us reach the ones that we're trying to reach, and help us consistently reach the ones that, just because you reach someone one time, they don't necessarily stay. There's a lot of work to do. Just reaching someone is just the beginning, right? So reaching those kids, help us. That's why we give. Help us, please. So, boy, it's hard to be jovial after a video like that, and I'll let you off the hook. That's the one that was my favorite. But Rachel, I'll give you the honors. Holy smokes, look at that.
You can see the thermometer. So we've had some other, the 5,000 matching donor, that was matched. And we're now at 40,800 that has been raised with matching donors, with your contributions. We're absolutely amazed. We're super close to our goal for the evening. We will keep donations open for about a week longer. I'm seeing a sign here in the back that says December 10th. You can stay engaged with us, obviously on Facebook. Share our information, share our mission, and if you know anyone else that you want them to see this program will be on the web, on Facebook, at least until December 10th, and you can tell them, hey, you need to watch this. You need to see what's going on here. And perhaps they may want to give too. I don't know. But thank you all tonight for giving. And maybe they want to volunteer. We're looking for mentors. We're looking for the monthly club program volunteers. So we're very open to anyone who wants to join us. We're kind of coming to a close here, and I want to make sure to thank our sponsors. our item drawing donors, and our matching donors, our anonymous matching donors. You have been all amazing. Our sponsors, Alaska Community Foundation. Hi, apparently I can't say the sponsors and show you the logos at the same time. So I hope you saw all the logos of our wonderful sponsors for tonight. And Greg is going to announce our winners. We're going to take our final drawings.
We are going to take our final drawings. I do want to let you know, though, that with all of the matching giving is going to be open until December 10th. And this is an interesting way to put it. But please share our Facebook page, share the website, even when it's not easy to share. Go ahead and do it. Somewhere out there, and something that I know for an absolute fact is that God has got someone out there that wants to be connected with Reach 907, and you just might be the bridge. So let's not get in the way of the spirit of somebody that could do that. So I guess we need to draw. Thank you for all of the folks that gave. You can still give anonymously, but I think we're giving away those tickets. So if you want to mix it up and hand it to us.
Drum roll. Ooh. Drum roll, please.
Boom, pow, kaboom. Who's going somewhere? And
do you have any idea how to say that last name?
I do. It's DJ Angayak. Yay!
Bam.
DJ.
I had no idea how to say that last name. His wife, Robin, is our amazing accountant with Line and Ledger Accounting. Thank you so much, Robin, for how you serve us. I'm so glad that DJ, actually, I don't know if that's your husband or your son, but I assume it's a family member. I'm so excited that he got that. That is awesome.
That is,
I feel like actually, a high five right now.
Yeah, high five. I thought that was a stage name. DJ Angayak. Okay. Anyway.
Angayak. I love
it. Yeah, so you can still give, follow us on our, stay on our Facebook page, and we are looking for those matching donors. We have no idea if we got them, but we do need 50, is there a list of them?
You mean monthly? He means monthly.
What did I say?
Matching.
Oh, matching, whatever. Daily donors, but the 50 monthly donors that we were looking for, $25, $50, $100. And the truth is, whatever you can commit to, don't just stick with my demarcation points. So are we able to see those on the website? Maybe not.
What, monthly donors?
How many monthly donors we have?
Oh, I don't know, but we'll send out a report at the end of the year, and we'll let everybody know our financial report, our program report. If you want to be on our email list or our snail mail contact list, please just send that in to us so you can get our regular updates. We usually send out something by email once a month and occasionally send out something by snail mail. And then, of course, we're all over Facebook right now.
We are all over it. And the impact video that you saw, share that. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube.
Yes.
Share that link if you would.
Yes.
That would be pretty wonderful.
Share that video everywhere. So our kids' voice and story is heard. They need to be heard so people remember that they're there. There are disadvantaged, marginalized kids and people out there that we've got to reach out to and help and support and strengthen. And at this moment, though, I want to thank our wonderful Master of Ceremonies, Greg Porter.
I'm clapping for myself
He
a
was
second
our
time.
Pat Sajak this evening.
There we
Does
go.
anybody know who Pat Sajak is? Whose generation is that?
We're dating ourselves when we say that.
It's not my
but that's all
generation.
right. It was certainly mine.
But I know who Vanna White is, so I was so happy to be his co-host as Vanna White tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Greg.
Yeah, it was a
really appreciate it.
Real honor to be here. And if you're out there and you're like me, please give. I didn't get the thing that I donated to, and that's okay because I feel wonderful about it. So stay on the Facebook page at least until December 10th or longer. If you put some money in an envelope, they'll take it.
we might have to turn him off. He can't seem to stop asking. And I love it. I appreciate it. I love it. I love all of you, appreciate all of you. Thank you to all of the sound and tech people behind the screen. You can't see them all, but you're amazing. Thank you for what you did tonight. Thank all of you for participating tonight. Share, engage, join.
Yeah, thank
ask,
you very much.
Keep Greg by your side and ask.
Yeah, thank you very much. God's kingdom is spread by us, one person to one person at a time, and this is how you can do it. Thank you so much. Good night.